Obama. What they did to Obama? They went all the way back to Obama when he was 6 years old. The first rock he threw in the water. Because they needed something. They say that the average black man out here have a criminal record.
Yes, especially here in Newark.
If you meet a brother that's in Newark and he doesn't have a criminal record, then he's powerful because he got a direction he moving in, and he ain't let nobody deter him from that direction.
Right. And when I have young men and women who come to me, because I work with everyone, as a reentry coordinator for the city of Newark. I work with everyone, but most of the clients I work with are brothers and sisters who have records. But when I have those who come to me that don't have a record, I tell them, listen, don't get one.
Yeah.
Because once you get one, it's going to be hard on you. It's going to be harder, right? And so education, in my opinion, it takes you out of poverty. It's not just it does, because see what it does for you, once you get the right education, the education that you have is removing poverty thinking from you, and then it moves you up. And see, that is one of the reasons why when anyone in general, but in this case I'm talking about brothers and sisters who've been in prison, they need to understand that education empowers you. Malcolm X read a book every day. As a matter of fact, he got the definition from A to Z. So education is key. But it's a type of education that we get. And then the other thing too is when you talked about how we hate each other, like the ways that we treat each other, we do have to stop doing that.
Well, that's a form of indoctrination.
Exactly, it's a form of indoctrination. Exactly. The Willie Lynch.
Come on, sister. That's what I'm talking about. See, that's how we feel. Listen, we keep it high. That's what's happening.
And see, what I like about you is like when you speak all over the place, you called me in to speak. One day you called me, you said, Ms. Bey, I need you to come with me. I think you were speaking someplace in Linden. And it was a school out there?
Roselle.
Oh, okay, Roselle? Okay.
Yes.
And you said?
Yes.
Right, okay. You said, I need you to come so you can speak to the girls. I said, oh, okay, no problem. I'll come around and speak to them and everything. So that's what I love about you. You'll call me and ask me to come someplace and speak to them. Because what you know about me is that I ain't playing no games with nobody.
No.
I'm very serious about what I
do. What we call you on the street, in the bricks. Someone, I just had a discussion with a sister when they say about using the terminology hood.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But we always understand that.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's like every Negro ain't a nigga.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just a cordial. Maybe we have to stop using that. But nevertheless, it's just cordial of respect and just a greeting.
Yes.
So we don't have no malice behind it.
Right.
But what we call you on the streets of New York in Chilltown, Jersey City, it's 6 o'clock.
What's 6 o'clock?
Maryam Bey, she's 6 o'clock. That's meaning you straight up and down. See, you ain't 6:10, you ain't 6:15, and you definitely not 6:30. So we know that when we come to you about anything, you're going to go from A to Z to find out the information and where I can aid you from.
Right.
So you hear the problem, but you ain't meditating on the problem, you meditating on the solution. Right. And that's what you give to me.
Right.
That's all I'm into, find a solution. So I want to thank you and thank everything. I mean, whatever you do, I'm there. I might be a little late.
Yeah, you are.
I'm always on time.
You're always on time. Tony, can I just tell a quick story about when we were going to be meeting with, there were some gang issues going on in the city when we were working with Councilwoman Walker. And they wanted someone to come and talk to them from the city, so you said you would bring me, and they was going to be meeting in a warehouse or something, right? Right.
Oh, let me finish you with that. This
Okay.
was the setting. Well, the setting was in 2004 and 2005. They had a big fluctuation of the game. You had Palu, 6 Million Murder, Brim. Then you got Grape Street. All these entities was coming from California to Jersey.
Right.
And they was adapted. See, when you living in the bricks represent one thing, that we got a foundation and we build.
Right.
It's ours, whatever we build. See, but now this generation is not about building on this foundation, so you're not really the bricks.
Right.
You're an emulator.
Right, okay.
So what they did was, whatever happened in California, they was adapting it here as their own.
Okay.
So that day, we were supposed to set up a meet with the two head guys. That, matter of fact, the two was from the Grape Street Crips and Pirate Blood.
Okay.
And we was coming I was asking you to come in and speak with these guys so we can eliminate the murder and the killing that's happening among ourselves.
Right.
And it was a big phenomenal thing that we got out there, but it went off very well. But the fact of the matter is, you wasn't scared to go in when I thought you was, because every woman I tried to get to speak with these guys, they didn't look at them as their child.
Right.
See, that's why I don't understand. Well, do I understand it or I don't understand it? That you have the heart to walk into the valley of them and fear nothing.
Right.
So I gotta look at you as a different person. I gotta look at you as you in the box. I mean, you out the box because you're doing things out the box. Mm-hmm. Numerous people I asked to speak to these guys. They feared them because they had tattoos written all over their face. Yeah. They had, dreadlocks, and they looked like they mean, but they was kids.
Oh, yeah.
And once you see through the veil that you ain't no kid, no matter how much paint you put on your face, you still X, Y, and Z. Because once you get down to that kitchen, as I told you before, once you get in that kitchen and you ain't the chef, you only gonna eat what the chef give you. Right. So if the chef give you 10 to 20, 30 to 40, 60 to 30, you're gonna have to spend them years inside a bathroom.
Right, and see, and what you're saying about the tattoos, that kind of reminds me of an incident that happened when I was with the Newark reentry program, right? A young lady, one of the counselors was having a problem with one of her clients not getting hired. So she came to me, she said, well, Ms. Bey, can you talk to him? I said, well, why do I need to talk to him? She said, well, because he's not getting hired or anything. I said, well, why? What's the matter? She says, well, he has tattoos on his face. I said, well, did you tell him that? She said, well, no. I said, well, why not? She said, because I don't know what he's going to do. I said, you don't know what he's going to do? She said, yeah. I said, okay. I said, well, I said, yeah, I'll go talk to him. So when I talked to him, I said, how you doing, brother? I said, how's everything? He said, everything is good, Miss Bey. I said, okay. I said, I understand that you've been going on interviews, right? And you haven't been getting hired. He said, yeah, that's right. He said, I don't understand it. I said, you don't understand it? He said, no. I said, okay, well, do you think you may have something to do with the tattoos on your face? He said, I didn't know that. I said, well, wait a minute. So let me explain this to you. I said, I'm not going to ask you to remove your tats. I'm going to ask you to go and get foundation and cover your tats up. I said, and then later on, if you want to remove them, you can. But right now, you're not going to get a job. I said, because when you go into these places, you're scaring people.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing I want you to understand. To add on to you and cut you off real quickly, so they can get an understanding what the representative tattoos on your face.
No, right.
So when you get to understand, and I'm glad that you had the courage to tell this young man, because a lot of people don't have no courage.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Tony. I want you to understand this. He took everything that I said to him. I said, so put the foundations, and this is what he said. He said, that's what my wife has been telling me. I said, well, then if your wife is telling you that, and I'm telling you that, what are you going to do? He said, I'm going to go get the foundation. He went and he got the foundation, and he got the job.
And that's the bottom line.
And see, all we got to do is just give them.
We don't have them people that come out and do that. We have people that sit behind glass and scared to come out to talk to us, your children.
Yes.
Tupac said, I'm just living this word. Y'all made me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's go to the day. But let me give you a quick scenario on the tattoo. See, I met one guy, he had 3 tattoos on his eye.
Yes.
3 tattoos, that means that you murdered 3 people.
Right.
I don't know nobody that advertise people that they murder, because we don't do that.
Right.
We don't do that. We want to repent from it, we want to forgive. But the tattoos on the face, and I'm going to tell you the reason why the tattoos on the face, it was a time where the Indians and the cowboy used to be beefing together. The cowboy wanted to kill the Indian because they want the land, and then you try to kill the cowboy because they want to keep their land. So when the chief found out that the Indians wanted to come and raid the camp, so the chief sent back to his head Indian, his lieutenant Indian, told him, everybody prepare for war. We're going to go and prepare for war. When the lieutenant came back to the captain and said, hey, captain, they don't want to do it. He said, what? He said, they scared. So the chief sit back with his peace pipe, sit overnight, walk, he come up with an idea. He said tomorrow, he told the lieutenant to tell all 300 of my members, my Indians, to paint their face black and red. He said, what? He said, yeah, tell everybody, everybody, the kids, everybody, to paint their face black and red. So the lieutenant didn't understand that. So when the cowboys come and they seen all these black and red faces, even though behind that black and red face was a kitten, was a coward, was not a fighter, but we wouldn't know because you don't paint your face as a wolf or as a lion when you really was a cat.
So Tony,
these kids is painting their face just to frighten the president.
Right.
And that's what it is. So once we know the logic behind it, we don't fear them.
No, I don't.
We don't fear them.
I don't fear them. I love them.
No, right.
You know, because
That's what's up.
I live in this community, right?
Oh, this.
You know, so
Yeah.
but now I got the mark that we have to wrap it up.
Yes.
But you went inside at what age?
I went inside at 18.
Okay, you
19.
came home.
I went inside at 18, going on 19. I graduated from Snyder High School in Jersey City with a scholarship of playing basketball.
Right, and so when you went inside, because I don't mean to rush you,
That's all right.
because it's a time factor. But you went inside and you came home at what age?
I came, oh wow, I don't know.
From 18 to what age?
I think I came home at 39.
Okay.
39 years old. Yes,
Okay.
I came home at 30. They took all my 20s and all my 30s.
Okay, and so now your vision for yourself is what?
Just to see the youth excel. You know what I'm saying? I die for the youth. You know what I'm saying? As long as I give them the right information, and information is power. Education is not power. You got to use the information first before you get educated.
Right.
It starts at the. And I tell people when they go and they say, "Hey, education, no information," because it's what's in the book that you got to put in here to make you educated.
That's right. And when you get that information, you got to use that information and apply that information.
Policy.
Exactly. So my name is Maryam Bey, and I am the host of television. And as you can see, I have a powerful young man today telling his story about why he made the decision to transform his life to now being a specialist to help the youth. And we are broadcasting from the beautiful Akawaba Gallery here in the West Ward of Newark, New Jersey. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
I want to thank Ms. Bey for allowing me the opportunity to aid the youth and get more information out there to them. I'm available to speak to anybody. I speak with any youth that you have, and you by getting in contact with Maryam Bey, and she will inform me of your interest. Nevertheless, I want to thank you, Ms. Bey, for having us, and all of my comrades send their love and respect.
So, wow, just listening to Tony tell his story, it brought back so many memories for me. And I'm sure that when you heard him tell his story, it was very, very powerful. This is a brother who went inside when he was 17 years old and came out when he was 39 years old. He is now working as a gang specialist. He is bringing all of his skills to help the youth, because that is what it is all about. Helping our youth and saving our youth. And I want to thank Tony for that. And this is one of the reasons why I had him in my book, Broken Spirit, Let It Go So You Can Grow, because of what he continues to do. And I am so grateful to the Akawaba Gallery here in the city of Newark for allowing us to come and broadcast, because I live here in the city of Newark. I actually live in Newark. I just don't have an address. I live here in the city of Newark. And I want to thank you all for listening to television, because television is giving a platform to those who do not have a platform to tell their story and empower our people to be the best that they can be. Thank you.